Listen, strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. Be quiet!
Hello, I'm Chakax. Welcome to part 2 of our Will of the Masses SOVL run. I've asked for some suggestions. We've had some excellent ideas for what we can name our merry band, and from a wide variety of sources. So I think for the first one, we have the Anarcho-Syndicalist Commune. It doesn't actually fit, so let's just do it this way. There you go. Anarcho-Syndicalist Commune. Where does supreme executive power arise? Well, it resides in the will of the masses, and that resides with us. So there you go. No watery tarts lobbing scimitars at our head. We're in charge because we're a group. As for the other ones, there's some generic ones. We can call you... Yeah, that's cow thrower, if I can spell. Throw cows at people. For our Paladin, this is a rather interesting idea. We have Marquis de Lafayette. So that's a blue blood during the time of the French Revolution. But he kind of fought against the powers that be and helped the revolution actually succeed. So he gets to join in. He's accompanied by the Third Estate. So I had to learn a little bit about the French Revolution for that to make sense. The Third Estate was 98% of their population, basically the taxpayers, whereas the First Estate was the clergy, the Second Estate were that 1 to 2%, the nobles that didn't pay tax, and then the fourth was theoretically the kind of press or news spreading. So there you go. Taxpayers and their accompanying traitorous nobleman who's actually on our side. And I leave two. I kind of think about what I was going to do with them. What I'll do is a little segment from Life is Brian, which is we're all different. We're all individuals. And then I guess this one. I'm not. One of the greatest gags in comedy I've ever heard. So there you go. So it's an eclectic mix of the Holy Grail, Life of Brian, and the French Revolution, which I guess makes sense. It kind of all passes around. I've also had a good... So aside from the silly suggestions, we've had some genuine feedback. By shrinking these units, I could theoretically increase our number of ranks. So ordinarily, I'd go for maximum number of attacks, because you should always do that. Hitting the enemy is great. But the peasant attacks are so minor that you could theoretically just do this and you'd get an extra combat resolution for the rank. So why on earth would you not do that? If I had a few more, I could do that way. But yeah, let's just... If I think that's enough to count, I don't know. We can test it in the next battle. See if I need even more peasants. I could always use more Anarcho-Syndicalist Commune members that wield supreme executive power. That's fine. Okay, so Act 2. Much as said. So general strategy, I think we're going to go still battle heavy. It allows us to generate XP, and we need it. Massively improve these units' strength as we're plucking along and generate gold for spamming units. So this way gets 3. There's a quest there, which is good. And yeah, we're very battle heavy in this direction with just one random event. So that's by far and away the best way to approach this. Brutal. It has been, at least Act 1 at least, was easier than I thought it was going to be. I was prepared to really just chew granite all the way through, but it's kind of going well. The trebuchet can just chill at the cow thrower, just go hit stuff. You can hide in wood, so you may as well. We'll get rushed by an enemy swarm. On this, I don't want all archers on this side, as it means they can just walk through me. So maybe something like this is ideal. And I can start running away and use the sword militia as a fighting piece, and then this can shoot pretty much anything I need it to there. Okay, most of their army is over there, which is fine. Third Estate and Marquis are about to get long rifled 100%. Let's take these out before they start shooting. Or maybe I can trebuchet them. If I can just about find an angle. I think that works. Yay! Enjoy. There you go, halfway there. If by half I mean 66%. Look, I didn't really go to school. We didn't have that in our peasant village. So I'm going to move away from them and use I'm Not to tank some long rifle fire. Long rifles are good against elite units because they deal double damage, but again, all they can do is pick off a single peasant with their current output, which is laughable. For you, they're not shot, but the flamers are considerably scarier, so I'm going to put my DPS into those. Can I get to short range? Not with these in the way. I'm just going to shoot at them anyway. Yeah, all those 4s missed, but we could have had them. Still, we got lucky. They flubbed their roll. Comes the long rifle. Yeah, straight into the 3rd estate. Picks one. Any wound that goes through is fatal. Their turn now. Goes to the hunter. The hunters will probably win that exchange long term. And their infantry blocks start moving. Once we pick off their ranged capacity, we can start dealing with these easier. In fact, we can probably use... I was tempted to use the sword militia to go handle those, but I think I need the hunters to do it. The sword militia are going to flank this after a couple turns. So just get these ready here. They'll go forward and out of the way, and then you'll deal with that. Alright, over on this side, I can, in theory, flank this and then run away from these when they try fighting me. Would be nice to hit the monstrosity, though, given how much of a pain in the neck it is. I could be very cheeky and try and pop through to the other side. Probably not worth it. And the peasant mob could potentially flank the skulkers. It works. It puts us in a rather awkward spot for subsequent turns, but we can at least get rid of them. We'll deal with those later. I think I will take this. We'll keep close track of the combat resolution to see if that trick works. And then here, charge into the flamer so they can't shoot us. It depends what that does, really. And if I am there, the conscripts can easily reach us, so I'll have to kill it and then run away. Which is alright. The long rifle wastes its turn shooting nothing, that's fine. That, in theory, I suppose allows you to rush up here. This will result in us being charged by the conscripts. But what I think I can do is let that happen and then flee. And then that will pull the conscripts out of position to allow Wearable Difference to get kind of into their side. Still missed one, but only one long rifle left. So we would win that exchange if we had the time. And now we pass. I could trebuchet it, but I'd rather save the trebuchet for the monstrosity. Most effective choice I have to deal with it. It bounds forward after the archers. What do I want archers dealing with? Can I angle a shot through here before I activate the archers? No. I would have to do the archers first. So let's do my little plan here. Move into a position to counter-punch those after. They should come forward and charge this. No, okay, that works fine. Good. Here, do I use this? Nope, save it. In case I get to use it against something else. They will reach us, so I need to run away. Oh, I might get unlucky and charge twice. But I'm now safe as they've moved, so I can do this. I guess I might as well just take some extra wounds off the monstrosity. It gets a 2-up save against this, so it's not very efficient, but better than nothing. I think we're just out of range of that one at least, so we can flee from that conscript unit. Begin the rock lobbing. It's going to take a while. So we do 4 wounds, so rank bonus plus 2. So only getting 2 ranks worth. That one doesn't count. I think I need more peasants to fill it out. I believe you need 5 in order for it to count as like a minimum number for a rank. So currently we can stretch out a bit more as we're not actually getting effective use out of the numbers there. This is an easy win, we know. It's not tricky. Did I just take a wound to the little weapon team? I don't think so. They're going to charge me. Should I just run? Should I accept the combat or should I run? I'll get hit how many times? 12 attacks. Hitting on 3s to get 6 hits, and then on power 5, the defense 3. I get a 3-up save. I take 2 wounds on average, and then I should just win. Then if I run away, I can then just longbow them into submission, so why not? If that happens, I know. Let's just run. Although I need the longbow to deal with that, really. I think I have to take the battle, actually. I need more time to deal with this mess. Yep, sword militia are exactly where they need to be. They don't rally, so I can't keep shooting that, which is a shame. Oh, I lost a peasant. How very dare you. Extra power won't matter as we're already power 5. No, it does matter. It reduces the conscript save. I missed this time. You stand right where you are. Okay, the monstrosity is after my these. Fortunately, it has an incredibly poor discipline check, so what I could do is use the peasant mob to get behind it and attack it, depending on where that lands. Let's wait a moment. I'm going to shoot the skulkers as they'll likely rally and be annoying. Well, actually, as an alternative, let's be clever. Let's move up here. Turn, shoot this, and then turn back. I'm trying to angle a shot into you, and then turn far enough to charge the skulkers. It should be possible, in case they rally. There, 4+. Should roll some 1s here, please. There we go. Not bad at all. Turn and do this. Okay, now I know where they are, which allows me to position the mob in such a way. But what I'll do first, before I do that, let's throw the trebuchet around. If I kill it, I don't need to bother. There you go. Now they're free to do what they want. If this is an ongoing combat, they'll charge you in the side and then they'll run. In which case they'll run that way, so I should move you this way to get around them. The downside is if it doesn't go that way, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So let's just get out of the range, play it safe. We're in a good enough spot such that if I do flee from this unit, I'll be in their flank regardless, so it works. Good damage from the Marquis. 3 wounds, not 2 as I calculated, but hey, it pans out. But the extra wound does mean we're stuck here, so I can't run. So we're going to be flanked and severely brutalized. They've rallied. I can just rear charge them. That'll break their morale. And they're flanked. You're in a spot of bother. I can't help you. Very unlucky discipline roll from the conscripts, or a lucky one, depending on one's perspective. Okay, almost everything is locked in combat now, so I don't have much to shoot. I might as well pick off a long rifle. Splat. Just look, imagine a big cow flying through the air. I'm not his back. We're all brave. We're all highly disciplined. I'm not. Here, you may as well give yourself some extra power. This will not go our way, so let's get the Narco Syndicalist Commune in position to hit those in the side. Yeah, very consistent wound, that's good. Take 2 more wounds. We do a lot of damage, but we'll take a bunch. We actually lost the fight. Okay, I guess they're locked there, so I can now flank them and do more damage. They break. I know it's longbows, but terrible discipline ranks plus hit in the back. They break. Sword militia can't hit things to save their life. They win by enough to break them anyway. Now, do we charge in here to try and win, or do we just allow that combat to go as it is and let them get hammered? I think it's probably easier, cruel as it is, to let them get wiped and then charge in afterwards. As it stands, we wouldn't contribute enough combat resolution to change the outcome, so it actually makes things worse for us. They'll have a few guys left, which we can handle with the long bows, and then we can flank and break that one. Our turn to be the cruel surveyors. We're not going to rush in to help you. You do not deserve it. That long rifle's gone before it shoots, which is good. They fail to rally, so they'll keep running. They may rally, so I'll just leave these here. Nope. Neither of them this tank is in any way interested. I think I've actually cut off all of the shooting angles. There you go. Lob a cow over the sword militia. And here you may as well just pick these off in case they do decide to get brave later. They're incredibly fragile. Step away so that they can't catch us. We can shoot them after the fact. You're exactly where you want to be. There's no way I can get to the rear arc, is there? I can't even fit if I was in that arc. It's got to be pretty close. I was really stringent with it. Do you think it would give it to me? No, there's a... It did give it to me. There we go. Very good. I may get bounced off of terrain in a second, but it's worth a try. Double 1. Fantastic start. The unit's wiped. They bounce, but we both bounce, so it works out. That'll be that one broken. And then I'm not charging in, I'm not on its own. That's what We're All Different is for. As planned, they get mutilated by archer fire. There's 1 conscript left. Okay, rally the sword militia right where we want them. Fire a shot through, take off a few ranks. And ideally, you would actually hit that lone conscript. Don't have to waste more fire into it. I can't reach, so what I'll do, I'll spend the turn volleying into this and then rush over there and grab them next turn. Can I break this before they turn and hammer me? Win by 7? Yeah, unless they're all double one, we got them. Just huge free combat res, despite doing very little. They're routing this turn, so no need to take any extra damage, but I will do this to see if I can break them all. We're perfectly safe, they can't turn and hit us. Is that rat gone? There's naught else to do, can't shoot into active combat. There, that's more hits, that's way better. Sometimes you get good hit rolls, so we win by 11. Oh. Way to go, Dennis. Technically more potent as combatants, but net significantly less combat res. Fix the third estate quickly. We only get one. We lost 5 and got 1 back only. That's very cruel. Peasant mob has more skill, has more discipline, or replenishes harder. The replenishment is already 8 to 9, which is good enough to pretty much fix the unit whenever we do that. So more skill means we'll still hit everything on 4s, but if stuff is hitting us, it's slightly harder. They get +1 combat score, or the size. Interesting. They effectively amount to the same because they give you extra ranks, but that's permanent while that is contingent upon how many dudes you have left in the unit. I like both. I think I will eventually get both, but I'll go with the extra size for now. Here, the longbowman. Reroll 1s, that's fine. Just become a bit more accurate. Cow thrower also rerolls its 1s. Very accurate cow bombardment. And these reroll their 1s. There you go. Everyone's learned how to shoot, apparently. You're a bit peaky. Let's fix you. You're fine. And then you'll get the full heal, which is good. Do I just kind of get away with that much more, but do I want the extra 1s? I'm fine on gold, so let's just max out size. Okay, so reforming, they're fine as they are. Now, I think there are enough there such that I get the same number of rank bonuses. Well, no, I'd get 4 technically if I left it like this. But then the moment I sustain a casualty, that will drop. So probably as a compromise, that is fine. I've got some ablative wounds. And if I get a large unit size later, I can continue stretching, but that's okay. These are in the same exact position, so yeah, we like that arrangement. And everyone else is okay. War host, oh goody, demons. Which is annoying because they don't run. So I can't use my break their morale trick. Going first, what I can do is shoot them a whole bunch. Let's get the mob stretched out. You're going to buy time on the side while we shoot stuff. And then, yeah, put the shooting things in the middle so I can't be chased down too. It's harder for stuff to catch us. And then you're going to distract them on the ends. This army is quite good at dealing with things with no discipline and is going to badly struggle against things that don't care about discipline. So yeah, this and this are an issue. The dogs are less of a threat. I really need to focus on the Devil and the Hell Riders. Of those two, which do you think? Probably that one first. I can kind of scooch around you for a while. Although I do have the longbows over there, so it's kind of easier. I could probably get these behind them somehow, so let's focus this one. Shouldn't take too many rounds of trebucheting, but they will get to us very quickly is the downside. That'll come springing forward. I have to do this first then. Would have loved to wait for that to move, but I can't risk it. Tell you what, let's just shoot these and run away. They're basically guaranteed to target the swordsman. They leave their 2-1s on the side till dead last. That's annoying, but it's the best move for them, so fair enough. Push forward until I catch the devil. There we go. It's almost dead already. One more volley will get it. They're after the swordsman. That's fine. Just back away inch by inch. Buy as much time as possible. If we actually entered combat with these things, they would mutilate us, no problem. Here, can I escape the devil before it hits me? Well, I can get past it into the hounds and then easily beat the hounds, no problem. Things like the hounds are going to intercept me if I try taking that as a direct engagement, as that is still a shorter line than that one. I'm going to have to fight the hounds with you. Unfortunately, the longbowmen have been caught, so what I could do is leave the peasant mob here. It will charge, flee, and then fire the last volley into it, finishing it off. I think that works. Just stand about here, and that should get you this way. I'm going to ideally put you in such a spot where you don't run off the field. Your movement shouldn't be enough to withdraw you there. You should be safe from actually leaving terrain. A delicate balancing act to do here. So we can definitely escape its radius, so we should be safe to run. So, and I don't think we'll go off field. Looking at its arc there, yeah, we should be okay just about. So that'll be that dealt with, which leaves us with that serious headache. Being charged, fine, we'll do that. You're being charged, let's get out of here. Skedaddle. We're being oppressed, look. They're oppressing us. We're on the field, good. Oh, I've got really far. I suppose if I don't kill it with shooting, I can always just charge it in the back. Don't care about that one. This is going to come forward, so again, keep cow throwing the cows. Double one. There you go, we can reroll that though. That's more like it. They're after you. Interesting. I do rally those, that's no problem. Still being chased. Can I get away from them again, or am I going to have to flee this turn? I've got yet another turn of buying time. Fantastic. Other options. Well, this is an easy win, so we should roll over those and get behind those. So what we'll do is I'm willing to ignore the devil spawn again. I'd much rather just be rid of this creature. 4 up, re-rolling ones. That should be more than enough. Yeah, gotcha. And then these two should be sufficient to wrap that up. So I'll start heading this way. DPS into the real threat. Moving you to do basically the same thing. Can't quite escape in that direction. May have to forego my shooting this turn. Well, I can twist far enough. Just the herald left now. Yep, somehow the dogs managed to eliminate one of the third estate. Unfortunate. They only had 1 attack each. There are no charges. Fortunately, they've missed the... I don't think I can actually draw a line of sight there, sadly, so I'm going to have to do something else first. Return you around. They're after you, that's fine. Force them all to move. I'm very confident I can shoot you into submission this turn, so I'll just get out of their charge arc, but stand in yours. Well, there's a 2-up save because it's what? Defense 4? Why does it have a 2-ups? It has abyssal armor. Curious. So the accompanying unit they were stood in didn't have abyssal armor, but the herald does. So he's actually become more durable now that all of his mates are dead. Doesn't matter though. Just had a cow slap him in the face, and these little ones just get peppered down quickly. They haven't got the manpower left anymore to be threatening. Bizarrely, it's actually a rather potent army. We have great combat resolution just to sheerly out-tank stuff. And then for things we can't out-tank or has immune to discipline, we have good shooting to deal with them. So we're basically safe. Well, this one's definitely dead this turn, so... They're gone. More damage into these. Haven't quite given up yet. About to be recharged by a peasant mob. Can peasants defeat the spawn of Satan themselves? Easily, as it transpires, because they can't fight back. They would rout anyway, so even if this doesn't go our way, we're safe. Yeah, the damage is whatever, and they take a couple extra wounds. This is the headache where I can't get them to run. They would now turn around and slap me. But if you know you can do it against the Archdevil in particular, the peasants would actually be quite useful because charging it in the rear guarantees a win. It can't fight backwards, so And it would just be 1 to 3 extra damage. You've leveled again. Greater Vengeance for a bunch of knights we don't have is silly, so more attacks. And then the third estate are not allowed to upgrade to Sworn Knight, so just more replenishment, which we badly need, so well timed. And everyone else takes the gold, collecting all the beautiful tax. There you go, back up to a normal unit again. Ah, I remember this one. Dreadnought fleet. The peasants have revolted. Drive over them with tanks. That's a reasonable response. The headache with this one is that the dreadnoughts can shoot at us. We just have to survive for 6 turns. But man, it's going to suck, because they're just going to constantly hit us with steam guns over and over again. So what I could try and do is maybe kill 1 or 2 with range fire. This one has the banner of mist, so it's harder to hit. It's subtracting their damage, whereas the peasants do not. So I should use you to tank a lot of damage, ideally. Everyone else sort of hides behind. We're going to get pushed into a corner very quickly is the problem. You know, what are we going to do? And then you just sort of run around on the side. At 3 and 3. They're quick. They're not going to get to us immediately, but it's going to happen fast. Just pick one to shoot. I guess I would escape this way, so let's kill off the one on the left first. Yeah, they got 8 wounds. I doubt even with all my shooting combined I can get 1 a turn. Just about get to short range, which is nice. They get a 2-up save. A single one. We are safe for the first turn, as they can't really reach us. Subsequent turns are more questionable. Other options, start running, I guess, that way. Now, you're the one exception. I might charge you into the side of one of the dreadnoughts, because with his ability to do double damage, he may be able to get through it. They are more potent in combat than they are with shooting. 5 attacks at power 5 versus an average of 4 attacks at power 4. So you better let them shoot, but it ties them up and means I'm not getting chased around. So if I can just stop one, that's quite valuable. Will that be so close that he shoots me? Maybe, so let's waste time using this one instead. They're definitely going to get close enough to start hitting me next turn, so I'll make sure that you're the primary target, like so. And then turn this way preemptively, as we're going to be running away from them. Now I know where they've landed, we can move accordingly. Just put one right in their midst there, go for the middle one. Why not? Only possible charge. Sadly, the one I've been injuring is the one that's going to go first, but I can potentially snipe it and then it can't hit me. We're very lucky. We don't look very lucky. Yeah, it's got 2 left. And then it shoots us. We have the banner of miss, so they have to take -2, but they roll the maximum possible to start. But we are defense 5 because of the thick armor, so this is the best unit to tank this kind of damage. Might as well keep trying to finish off the injured one. Yep, we're 1 down. Scurry to safety. Enjoy your steam gunning. Fine for now. I'll wait until the end to move them. Oh, are they... unfortunately, I did think about charging them in the side with the big units, but they're fearless. So Discipline 9 fearless, they're not going to run. And we're just sat there suffering. Yep. A single loss from all 3 shooting at you. They are by far and away the best unit to be enduring this. Very fortunate min-max of durability. If they were defense 6, it would be even better. They couldn't hit us at all. We're going to slowly get pinned now, as they're all going to come catch us here and there. It's going to get very awkward very quickly. Try escaping this way instead. Now quickly, if I can destroy one of these quickly, I can then round on another one, which is good. Marquis de Lafayette here is the one who does double damage, so if we're very, very lucky, we'll get some hits. How is it Oh, that's to hits. Okay, silly me. Yeah, it's the wound roll is the tricky one. They get a 3-up save. There you go, 4 wounds from him alone. Wait, I think I forgot. No, he doesn't have double damage or anything. I'm talking nonsense. We do win, but of course we're stuck here. Doesn't have that ability. Oh no, they're going to hit the hunters. They're nowhere near as durable, but did okay. That'll come forward. It may get in range of the trebuchet, which is a tad annoying, so let's do this. I need to wait to see if I can fire this or if I have to run. I don't know what your plan is, you're doing nothing. Peasants, just chill out here where you can't be shot. Okay. Yeah, it's done the smart thing and rushed forward. Now I'm forced to make a choice. Either I shoot at it or I get the trebuchet to safety. It's a fairly easy choice. Comes the threats. I suppose what I could do is turn back this way. Yeah. Nil point. And you just... well, if it turns directly this way, it's going to be difficult to escape again, so I should probably stay on this side. Wait about there. Who's left? Oh, you're left, of course. Dying your extra power. All hits, which is good. 4 wounds. He just killed it on his own. Tanks are no match for the spirit of revolution, which allows us to charge another one. I have to go first. Okay. I don't think it's fast enough to actually catch the peasant mob, so I can just ignore it. I will get away from its steam gun, though. I don't want to be hit unnecessarily. This one has decided the hunters are no more. Keep running away. I'm going to have to heal this unit. I haven't turned yet. I'm going to presume they target you, so I'm safe to cow you this turn. Get cowed. Yeah, after the sword militia. Another one. And we have a slight safe spot there, but we're running out of wiggle room. That one hasn't activated yet. Let's leave you here. Curious to see if that... Yes, they do change target. I thought so. What I intend to do is ignore that and go charge this one in the back. So that means I can ignore your arc. We are completely safe to operate in this zone. Oh, wow. It's almost gone. In fact, if I activate first, I can get it before it can stop me. Two turns left, so this one and the next one. We're just now damage mitigating purely. Hit the hunters first, which means this hasn't gone, so I have time. What is more likely to do a single wound? 16 attacks, hitting an average of 8 times, and then re-rolling ones an extra 6th. What, an extra 6th of 16? It'll be something like 9 hits on average, give or take, and then it needs to roll a single one, which it probably does. This, however, could roll double one a bunch of times, so I think this is more mathematically certain. Particularly when you roll like that. Got it, just need 1 wound. Now, to be clever, the next turn will be marked as the final turn, so I think... Oh, if I... trying to see if I could reach with the... I can't reach it. If I could, I would recharge this one to prevent it from shooting anything, and then it wouldn't be able to fight and it'd be over. And nothing is going to quite get there. Shame. Well, the plan is just to run directly away from you then. Can't get that. Get another turn of shooting at me. Or... What I contemplated doing is I could try this trick where it charges me and I flee, and then it can't shoot. Because SOVL cheats and I'll be granted an extra turn, it'll get away with it. It ran! That's lucky. It means I don't have to turn around and take more damage. They may rally, they may not. I'm just going to charge them anyway, so I can't be targeted. Charge them in the side. The steam gun is less threatening than their actual melee, so let's not do that. I don't want either of these to be hit by that steam gun, so I should probably just run. Probably going to catch one of us at least, sadly. No. Oh, you did that one first. Okay. Same result, I suppose. Everything else has already been attacked, so just ignore it and move forward. Get away from this. My presumption was it would engage the hunters as usual, but maybe not. Would we be able to win this? I think we could eventually overwhelm these. Just scrape away at their wounds. Might take a while. Skip the rest, it's irrelevant. That would be gone, and then just recharge another tank. So really the ideal way to handle that would be trying to mitigate the amount of damage that was done, or trying to pile it all onto a single unit, because then you can heal that unit and only that one and get gold with the rest. As it stands, 19 of 20 is fine. Do I need... I could use a few more, honestly. Here, 18 of 20 is also... Although there is, I think, an elite battle after this, which is going to be a real headache. So I will take the extra numbers just in case. That's a normal fight first. Okay, slightly misremembered. What do we get? Hunter, Paladin and a Hippogriff are far too elite, so I'll just take the Hunters. And we want more of them immediately. An extra range, as they currently don't benefit from any of those. Good. And then upgrades. Right. Armor for those. Let's try and upgrade the real heroes, which are these units. So, yeah, Banners of Fury and Curse Standards, so I can actually hit stuff. That's about 200 points. And I could put 35 into one of those, putting everything I've got into the Sword Militia and Peasant Mob. 35, what do we want? Reroll failed discipline tests or grant cover saves. They can't be shot so effectively. Yes, we'll grant the Peasant Mob permanent cover. There we go. We have an extra hunter. They're considerably worse than the longbowmen, so we're going with the low tier whole thing. It all makes sense. Lots of sword militia. Missing one. These can actually hit stuff now to some extent. They're what, power 5 on the charge? It's actually kind of respectable. It's the same as a regular unit. And now their skill is the same as well. All they lack is a bit of defense. Undead. So do you remember what I was saying about not being able to handle things that have good morale or infinite morale? This might be one of them. It's going to be a shoot and scoot exercise if I've ever seen one. Trebuchet at the back to shoot stuff. And then Peasant, you can kind of just fight whatever's up there. You're kind of safe to be on the side and just get around things. Let's not block your line of sight. Bit of an awkward use for the Peasant Mob, really. Like that. Give that a go. Kind of stuck on that stupid wall. It's always quite annoying. But we'll make do. They have 4 fast things that need to be dealt with immediately. Being you, and you. And then the White Guard are pathetic because we can just kite around them. So let's start picking these off. That is the biggest headache because it's going to get to us so quickly. So let's finish that one. And by finish, I mean watch them roll quadruple 6 and a 5. So we do basically nothing. Great start. They haven't reached us this turn. I could try and be clever and use the whole walk forward, flee, and then have someone else flank trick. That'll probably beat them. I'll do that with the Peasant Mob. So just stand there and wait. They'll charge you, get pulled this way. And they're both far enough away from the White Guard such that if they try getting aggressive, we can run. They do have much shorter range than they used to, though. I think they've slowed down a bit. The dog rework has considerably changed how the units actually function. They'll come forward. I need to start hitting Dread Knights quickly, otherwise they're going to be a hassle. A bit worried about the dogs reaching those, so let's wait here. Don't care what that one does. Dread Knights would be ideal. There they come. I don't really want to fight them yet. If this fight has to happen, I can do it later. Or bait them out of position with the hunters, perhaps. There goes these hounds. Alright, I can just walk forward and do it. Layer an absolutely horrendous volley into them. Where all individuals can individualize the hounds into the dirt in a single turn, no problem. You're going to be charged, that's okay. Shake and bake, kind of pull them out of the position. That's those ones dealt with. That leaves you nowhere to run though, so we're just going to have to take this bravely and see if I can finish the last two. Not with rolling like that, but we got away with it. Phew. Don't care about their silly infantry. 8 with a reroll, almost guaranteed to rally. Yeah, their unbelievably sluggish infantry is going to struggle to achieve anything. Can I hit this unit? Yes, good. Okay, well, if you want to give the flank to the most elite thing I have, I'm not going to stop you. Though, can I even fit my base there? Just about, I assume. The game hasn't stopped me from doing so, so I've got to assume it's okay. And the slow but certain white guard elimination. Let's go for the middle one first. I get 3 up saves, so it's going to take a while. Say that as they completely fail a save. Very kindly offers some flanks, I don't mind. Right. They're going to try and get towards us, just keep trebucheting them. I summon cow. Splat. Here, let's use Curse Standard. We have 2 attacks each. A real blender of a unit. Get out of their charge radius, nice and safe. Point blank volley. That's more what I was suspecting in terms of their saving throws. It's double wounds against... This is what confused me. He does do double wounds, but against monsters. And apparently steam tanks don't count as monsters, which is a bit cruel and unusual. Big ironclad behemoths. Surely they're monstrous in nature. These don't count either, so they're just plain old wounds, but still good. There you go, the unit's already gone. The wolves here with all our extra attacks disappear. Slow army. They had the morale, but they're a very, very slow army, apart from the ones that matter. This is still balanced around the old dogs, so those hound units used to be far more intimidating. But now that they're slow and only do 1 damage, it's a very different fight. Double 1 into double 1, that's impressive. For some reason those 15 white guard fancy their chances at winning this. No one else really needs to do anything. Shoot them for a turn or 2 more and get out of here. Right. They're unlikely to catch the trebuchet, so keep volleying. Yes, in fact, we can do enough damage to definitely break them this turn. Enemy morale broken. It's physically... I was about to say it's physically impossible to finish them off, but the hunters could, in theory, do it. They have no shooting capacity of their own, and have speed but are too fragile. The units that aren't fragile are inconceivably slow, so we don't care. Okay, you've leveled again. They're now fearless, so they just stand there forever and never run away. The bravest anarcho-syndicalist commune we've ever seen. Sword militia can have even more of them, which I will do immediately. It's so good. Longbowmen could have some more as well. Yes, please. The trebuchet, I guess, just generates cash. And the hunters can have even more. More shots is fantastic. So we're going to be healing a bunch. Do I want the extra one? No, that's a terribly inefficient use of healing, but that's good. You get more shots. More shots, more shots for HP. And then do I want the extra to... For an elite battle, I think so. The Act 2 elites are pretty nasty power spikes in terms of difficulty, so I'm going to be careful. Max out my power hit. So this is now so large, I think we can justify going, yep, because now we get 3 rank bonuses and are still across. That would technically give us 4. But with the sword militia, with all the banner and stacks and thing, you'd actually benefit from doing this. You'd get more damage from the attacks than maybe the combat res point. And I'll consider what to do with those once I get an extra 6 guys. Otherwise, yeah, these all stay nice and tight because we don't want them in combat. That's good. Perfect. Right, the quest. Against Master Itch. So this is more of a mixed bag. Some shooting, some monsters. Okay, we need to kind of, I'm going to pack up on this side. I'd love for you to actually have line of sight on targets. It's kind of difficult to work with you there. And you can hide here, and then you take this to kind of distract them as they try and get to you. So the plan is to mutilate everything here quickly and then deal with the second half of the army. We have long rifles and more long rifles. Well, I can escape their line of sight by moving to there. I'll do that immediately, and then we can deal with the big nasty stuff after the fact. Get out of their radius, please. Thank you. Like so. There you go. Can't draw a bead on us now. The monsters. Now we want to shoot these before they start pestering us. They are in cover though, so it's going to take a while. No damage. I may end up wasting all of my damage output into these, but it's worth it. Can't target them with you, so I'll hit the skulkers when they come forward. Just start spreading these out a touch. If I'm lucky, they'll maybe inch forward. No, they stay where they are. Headshot 2 hunters instantly. Of course they do. Well, if all else fails, I guess the hunters can go engage them in melee. That would solve the problem. Can I reach that for 4+? Yes. Quite a few dice. I'm really just waiting for that to activate. Can I get through? Maybe. I'll just leave this on this side. Careful, they have long rifles there. Don't give them an extra shot for free. Have they left that unit just to the end so I can't outposition it? Oh, no, I have 2 units apparently. How do I have 2 units? The game's trying to convince me I have 2 different activations left, but there's only a unit of hunters. Whereas they have 2. What is going on? Dun 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 dun. Just these left. Weird. Oh, I can pass. Oh, I could have hit the pass button. I'm so dumb. That would have forced it to move. Well, at least in theory move the other one. What I'll have to do instead is just shoot this and then run away from them. Make sure I'm not charged this turn. Still in cover from terrain, so we're kind of good. I think that's safe. They won't reach us, we're okay. Monsters, we've got 1 more turn before they're on top of us. How do I get to you is a good question. That will come forward. I don't mind the hunters running away from it if they have to, so let's get to there. Only 1 left, good. That's the DPS crippled. Peasants can just chill out for a bit. They're not doing anything useful here. Okay, good. You'll be charged and run, and then I can just flank and defeat. No, I can't flank and defeat them with the peasants because they have a lord there, and he's going to cheat and use his ability to stay in the fight. So what I think I should do is put all of my shooting into the skulkers this turn, kill them. That allows Marquis de Lafayette to flank them and deal with them, and then they'll be broken and gone, and I can turn to face the rest of the army. It all comes down to how much damage I can deal to these. A lot. That should be pretty easy, as it turns out. Now stuck on each other, that's funny. Get through and take another short-range shot. Get those dealt with. We can round on the real target. Pink. You charge straight through and smash into them. For some reason it's not saying I have a charge there. Now I do. That leaves you free. I'd love to start trebucheting the real threat over here, so let's get out of the way. Anything we can do to soften these up is fantastic. You're going to deal with this and then probably have to run away from those after the fact. Right, more shooting. I'd love to shoot that first. And with ranged units, the faster you hit them, the less chance they have to shoot back. Still has a wound, so it's still alive. Don't feel like wasting another round into it, to be honest. We're still safe to trebuchet this turn, so I shall do so. No damage. Pass every single save. We've been hexa-ruined, but we're not in a position to be hit, so we're good. Just use that now. They're doing their reroll thing, that's fine. They're not going to reach us this turn, so just stand here. Start getting in their way. Next turn we're in more trouble. How is this going to work? I'll just move this forward. Pow, and there's another hunter. I will win in the end. I haven't shot my big one. I think your volley is best off into the legionaries, as you can get through their number more efficiently than trying to take wounds off of these. It would be nice. One volley there and then maybe one more trebuchet kills it. It's easier to dance around this than it is either of those, so they're harder to wound, but they're a much nicer target in terms of value. The risk-reward thing. There you go. We took the risk, we received the reward. Exactly what you thought would happen happens here. What I might be able to, actually, can I throw the hunters in the way? Force them to charge the hunters and then flee? So they don't charge this? It's worth a try. I'm not going to do any damage, so I'd rather take off that wound there. Stop it from having to waste another unit. There we go. Got rid of it. Do this in one very quickly, please. We can't afford to be stuck here. Good. That means we can run away immediately. Who are you charging? I could throw them into there just to die, so they take the wounds, but that's a bit daft. No, I'll let you charge either or. It's them. Fine. We'll flee, we'll get away, and then maybe get behind them with a unit. And because their discipline is so terrible, it's a free win. They go nice and far forward, so the hunters are going to recharge them of all things. Got here shooting. Shadow bolt there. Rallied as well. They'll likely rally, I think one can assume. Right, here comes their stuff. Trebuchet the big monster. I can't hit the long rifles behind. Almost dead already. They have no target on us yet, which is cool. I could just ignore it and now put the sword militia to their back. I can't quite get beyond visual range, so let's see if I can pick it off. If I can definitely flank that unit. 2 1s would be good. 1-1. It's still alive on and wound, so we are stuck here this turn. Unfortunate. That's a real shame, because I could have... Let's run this way. It gives me more movement options for the peasants. What's going on? I think I went the wrong way. Can't... Trying to get away from its charge arc. I'd have to go this way, which then blocks me. I was hoping to get the peasants. I suppose I could get them over there. So you hit this in the back and they hit that in the back. That works. Okay. What these could do... If I position well, maybe I can still charge them and squeeze a shot into the injured monstrosity. The further I move to this side, the better that is. Let's go here as far as possible and then twist. Can I draw a line of sight? I'm pretty sure I can see it and then twist. So 0.7 and then get far enough back to catch those. Like that. I think it's good. There you go. 1 wound, please. Yeah, you owe me 1 with 6 dice. Oh, come on. Average rolling, please, SOVL. And then recharge those. They fail to rally, so they keep running, which is a tad annoying. Can't move this unit, so just shoot at the bigger one. Leaving you and you. Well, if they aren't running, I don't have to worry about them, so I'll just push this one forward instead. Squeeze through the gap. That's good, thank you. And then you don't want to be charged by a 1 moon monstrosity. It will do a huge amount of damage just before dying. Fine, guess someone will turn around and hit those now. You've been outflanked, outmaneuvered by someone who's not an individual or different. This will go... What do I want to shoot at it with what? Well, the archers would probably be better off into the long rifles, so let's just pick this. No more monstrosity, thank you. Before they come. Yeah, they're using Hex of Ruin again into a target that isn't going to be shot. You're very silly. I can't escape. What I might be able to do... I could run down here, intentionally let it charge me. Again, it's a unit with annoying extra abilities, so it'll be able to activate even if it runs. So I think I just have to suck up letting the long rifles get one volley away before I stop them. I can't really escape here at all. It's a very awkward spot to be in. Well, in that case, never mind. Let's just get to here and shoot them. I know it's long range, but they're just long rifles. They're not hard to deal with. Otherwise, I could flank them with the peasants. They rallied, there's an easy solution for that. Hunters deal with the skulkers. Can I get to their rear arc or is it a side charge? It's a rear charge, fantastic. And I could double whammy this poor unit here with both the peasant mob and sword militia. We do whatever damage, who cares? They have terrible discipline, even a single wound auto breaks them. I know they're big scary looking rats, but they're actually pretty pathetic. Charges, yeah, here. Can I run? I can flee. That's probably preferable, then I can get someone behind them and just deny them any attacks. They do have one more use of Shadow Bolts. They may end up causing damage to someone. I can't really stop it. That'll be you. Taking a long rifle from a longbowman. But the peasants got what they wanted in exchange as your rear charge. This will take a few more wounds off. A few, I mean quite a few. They've moved into hunter range. They're only defense 2, so even our measly power 3 is sufficient to do horrendous damage. Is that the unit? That is exactly the unit. They failed to rally, so disregard those. And everything else is just watching a peasant mob brutalize some low-tier rats. These will run away, one can assume. Just leaves you, Sonny Jim. Trying to charge. No, you aren't. Could have moved the sword militia around for more damage, but why? We're going to win anyway. We're power 5 with 2 attacks each. We are the true warriors. The hits are what they are. It's nice for combat res purposes, but really, you can get them down to such a low number it won't make a difference. If we get behind something that isn't fearless, it basically always runs away. Okay. Lafayette levels. Well, bizarrely, because we're not using any of the silly extra abilities like Greater Vengeance, he's put him all into his own personal combat stats, so he's turned into a Blender Lord at record speed. We don't need extra replenishment, we don't need more, we can't upgrade them, so just free money. So everyone who's full HP takes gold automatically. Do I need to heal these? 19 of 20 is good enough, 18 of 19 is good enough. And 11 of 13. That was an elite battle and we kind of rolled through it, so I think gold is okay. And we level again because it's a quest, we get the extra level. We hit pretty consistently already. I'm not really struggling for combat purposes, so even more. Kind of halfway through, I suppose it's a good time for it. And I think that's a good time to stop there. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for all of the rather fun suggestions. It was one of the more amusing comment sections to go through, so cheers. It was a delight. I have to remind myself of some Monty Python references, but always good. Any more, we have picked up some more units, so you can keep piling them on, or if there's a really, really good idea, then I might end up swapping out what we've got for kind of, you can sub suggestions in and out. Or if you just want to chat with me and others down in the comment section, that's great too. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming along. I'll see you next time.